Welcome to Long Island Tea with your hosts, Kristen Jarnigan and Sharon Wyman from Discover Long Island, the region's official destination marketing and leadership organization. Tune in weekly to catch these Long Islanders spill the tea, dishing on the best from the destination, seasonal adventures, insider tips, mishaps, and more. Long Island Tea is brought to you by Long Island Wine Country, home to one of the top 10 wine regions in the United States. Just minutes from New York City, Long Island's wine region boasts over 30 vineyards growing award-winning varietals. For a complete list of vineyards, tasting rooms, and events across the region, head to liwines.com.
Surprise, we're back.
I'm like, we're here again. Here we are.
But I love it.
How you doing, Sharon?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, well, I'm on vacation. Can't you
I
tell?
know. Thanks for coming in.
This is my first day of holiday vacation.
Guess what?
And I've
Another
been on
surprise.
Literal constant back-to-back calls and emails.
Happy Monday.
Yeah, like an average day.
Yeah.
But for a really cool reason.
Oh, no, it's amazing.
A really cool reason because, we keep talking about 2020 and we've been talking about famous Long Islanders and our favorite music. And of course, we've mentioned Dee Snider a couple of times and designated we're not going to take it as 2020, which I stand behind. To this minute as we continue to close in on the year, which is not going out without a fight. But, and then we're talking to Dee's people. Next thing you know, he's like, yeah, I've got a new Christmas song.
I know. Isn't that awesome?
It is awesome. So he's going to come on and talk to us about it today.
I know. I'm excited.
I'm pumped. So we're waiting for him to chime in.
It's so cool.
So in the meantime, what is your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, so my favorite Christmas song is Neil Diamond. You Make It Feel Like Christmas. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard it?
I don't think so.
Oh, I can smell my fireplace in my old home, childhood.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those.
Yeah, I don't think
it hits home.
Yeah, I don't remember my mom ever playing Christmas music in our house.
Oh my gosh,
that seems like a very nostalgic memory.
Yeah,
But I love, I told you I love Christmas music.
Yeah,
I could listen to it pretty much all year, to be honest. But yeah, of course, Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
So we've got to talk to Dee and be like, are you trying to dethrone
the Queen,
fellow Long Islander Mariah Carey?
The Queen?
I feel like it's personal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a celebrity feud.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We're gonna be on extra.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun.
It is gonna be good.
But I also love Gwen Stefani's Christmas album.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because I totally, as my kids would say, I ship her and Blake so much. Do you know that phrase?
No.
So we're spilling the tea.
All
we're
right.
to spill the tea, right?
Yeah.
So you also have to know the other lingo. And it's when you like two people together, you ship them.
Wow.
Like relationship.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you ship them. So I completely ship Gwen and Blake. I'm not going to say celebrity stalker obsessed over their relationship, but it's completely adorable. And all of her Christmas songs are about her and Blake, and they sing together. And I'm like,
they're so cute. They really are so cute.
I know.
I love Sia's Christmas album too. She's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Oh my God, you're gonna love it. It's so cute.
And I think Sal Valentinetti, Sal the Voice has some Christmas songs, which is Rat Packy.
Yeah.
Also cool.
Yeah, Big Blue Eyes.
And I still love, Wham.
Oh.
Come on.
Gotta love Wham.
Gave You My Heart.
Yeah.
Last Christmas.
Yeah.
The classics.
I know. Or what's that, Dan Fogelberg? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they meet in the grocery store with the six-pack.
Oh, is that a Christmas? You would call that a Christmas song? Oh,
yes,
that's
and the Old
70s.
Lang Syne.
Oh,
it's
Old
such
Lang
a good
Syne.
one.
No, that's it. The 70s. I love 70s music, and I've passed that down to my children. My daughters will be like, "Hey Google, play top 70s hits."
Hey Google, what's happening to our iPad?
Hello? I'm just gonna wait.
There we go.
Ooh.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, girls. Well, that's just good parenting, by the way.
That's awesome.
And also, I think in Thailand it's considered child abuse. But that said, making your kids listen to your music.
Yeah.
Very abusive, but I think it's good parenting.
Well, also, that includes you, Dee, just so you know. But you're a local legend here on Long Island. You know that.
I am very happy to have made Newsday's top 100 Long Islanders back at the turn of the century. Yes.
Well, and I live in Three Village, so my kids go to Three Village, and it's so funny. Everyone in Three Village knows you, right? It's one of those things.
Well,
Or they
everyone on
think
Long
they
Island
do.
knows
They
you.
think they do. I was literally at Carnival Restaurant having dinner on Saturday night, and I'm like telling the kids, like, guess what? I get to interview Dee Snider on Monday. Waiter walks by. I know Dee. Do you know?
You know what? That's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's funny though. When I was doing, we're rolling, right?
Yeah, we're rolling.
doing
Yeah.
it. That's what we do.
Good. I have until just a little before 9:30, my time. So that's
Sure.
whatever, a half hour. But when I was doing some reality show, I can't remember which one it was. As a friend of mine said, "Dude, you got to stop doing all this reality TV," and I have. But we were walking through Manhattan, and the crew was following us, and everybody was just like, "Hey, Dee, what's up, Dee? How's it going, Dee?" And the producer stopped me at one point and says, "Do they all know you?" And it's like, she says, it's not like, it's just more of like a connect. They feel more connected to you. I've been with other celebrities before, and it's never that familiar. I said, "No, they don't know me, but I'm kind of that guy."
They feel like they do, and that's
Yeah.
So Dee, I'm Kristen, and this is Sharon.
Hi.
So, hey.
Hi, Kristen. Hi, Sharon.
And we're going to talk about your new Christmas song, which we're super pumped about because we love Christmas music. But
Oh, thank you.
But the point of this podcast, which we just launched this year during COVID, we promote Long Island. So our job is to tell the world about how great Long Island is. And I just, I moved here 5 years ago from Arizona. Sharon's a lifer here. And, we wanted to talk to you because people don't get how awesome Long Island is elsewhere in the country. Would you agree? As you're sitting in LA, right?
Absolutely. Well, we're in LA because the kids all left. So my wife's Italian from Brooklyn, and she was like, "I'm going after him. You can come if you want." I'm like, "What am I going to do? Stay here?"
Yeah.
I mean, but it just, so it really was just like the choice was kind of made for us. We wanted to be near our kids, be near our grandkids, and we didn't want to. And we realized that the reality was, the big house in Three Village where we were living in East Nantucket. We'd be sitting in there maybe once or twice a year. They'd come back and see us, and we could see them more if we went. So, but yeah, I never left there. We were there. We grew up there. We raised our children there, and what better place? People would say, "Why didn't you move to LA sooner? Why didn't you live in Vegas? Why didn't you live?" And we moved to Vegas for a while. But after we raised the kids, that's where you want to have. That's where you want to have your kids grow up, in a neighborhood, in a community, and that's where and also it's a good place to keep your marriage together because
Everybody knows everything.
Yeah.
We're talking about small towns.
Yeah, exactly. You see any of this, and this is just an overview, not about Long Island, but any successful celebrity marriages, they don't live in Hollywood. They don't live in Vegas. They don't live in around Temptation. Kevin Bacon and Keira Sedgwick are in Connecticut, where Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward were, and other Mel Brooks and his wife lived in Manhattan. They raised their family. So I mean, just look. It's just people who want to have normalcy and raise their healthy family live in places like Long Island.
Yeah, and Long Island is so amazing, I feel, again, as a transplant, and my kids have been here for 5 years now, so they consider themselves Long Islanders, and they love it. And I know people are like, "Oh, it's expensive or whatever. I want to live where it's warm." We have seasons, but it is truly like this amazing Christmas village. We were in Port Jefferson over the weekend, and it's
the best.
Right, and it's so cute. And we go to the local Checkmate or the Country Corner, and everybody knows everybody. And yet, in a minute, when I'm done with this, we're gonna go to Manhattan, and we're gonna go see the Rockefeller Tree, and we're gonna go to Macy's. And have this proximity to New York City, the greatest city in the world, and yet come home to a place like Long Island, it's a gift.
And water. Beaches.
And water.
The sound, or Jones Beach, where I worked many years and made me hate beaches for a long time. But now we have a house on the beach. I'm over it, but I worked for years on the beach. But that said, we're surrounded by water. You have kind of everything.
You do have everything,
on Long Island.
And we're sponsored. This podcast is sponsored by Long Island Wine Country. So Sharon and I drink wine, Long Island wines, every episode. We're drinking Lens Brut Cuvée right now because it's almost the new year. So do you have a favorite vineyard? Did you ever go there?
It's very weird. Not weird. Through my whole career, I never drank. I never did drugs. Mm-hmm. My wife and myself, both of us, drug and alcohol free, all through the 80s and the 90s. And oddly, around, I don't know, maybe I keep saying 10 years, but it's probably more like 15. We started having a glass of wine with dinner because we're into taking care of ourselves. We read so many positive things about a glass of red wine, and we started enjoying a glass of red wine. So, I don't have a favorite vineyard, but Long Island came a long way. I mean, I'm pretty old, so Long Island had a budding wine industry when I was a kid, and it didn't have the rep, but vineyards require aging. Yeah. And now Long Island has truly arrived. So I can't say I have a favorite, but I've drank many Long Island wines now that I'm a wine drinker.
Yes.
And very, very proud of Long Island.
Well, that's another reason your marriage stayed together too, because you went so many years without drugs and alcohol too. That's helpful.
Well, yeah. I mean, just you don't want to be in a rock and roll star and take out your whatever by drink and do drugs, and it sort of weakens you. Yeah, weakens your resolve. You want to do the right thing. So if you're not getting high, you're less likely to wind up in a club or the grotto at the Playboy Mansion. I think you get invited. I got invited there, and they said, "Hey, you want to come to the Playboy Mansion?" I said, "No, thank you."
Smart man.
What do you mean, no, thank you? I said, "Well, you might as well just sign your divorce papers when you walk in, because you ain't coming out in one piece."
Smart man. And again, you can tell you're from Long Island because it's really a family community here. Yeah. People really they're dedicated to their families. I found that different when I came. Not that people aren't into their families in Arizona, but when I came here, the parents that come to every single school activity is intense. You cannot get a seat.
Oh yeah, and no doubt. And we, and as parents, people were always kind of mystified, but they got used to it after a while. That I was always at the games. Yeah. I said, look, and my thing was like, it's great being a rock and roll star, and it's great being the guy in a rock and roll band, but I always wanted to have a family life, have a home life, and be that guy who went to the plays and went to the, and usually when I first, show up at these things, like when we first moved to East Setauket, I went to my son played football at Ward Melville, and I went to the first game, and kids were lining up for autographs, and I was signing them going, this is going to get real boring, because you're going to see me every week, and it's going to be, Dee Snider's here.
He's here again.
Like it's nothing. He's here again. And it got that way, of course. It was only the away teams that reacted, but everybody at home was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Yeah. People do that with me and Sharon now. Yeah, we have this podcast.
We've dubbed ourselves divas. We're fine.
It's funny because again, having moved here, you don't realize how many incredible musicians are from Long Island.
It's amazing
until you come here, and people started saying, "Oh yeah, Dee's from here," and you are a great rock star. And I want to talk about your music career for a second. I know you have a time limit, but you're also, what I've actually gotten to know you more about as a transplant is you're an incredible philanthropist. Yeah. And people know you as that here on Long Island for what you do, your motorcycle rides and how you give back to the community, and as a dedicated family man. And that's pretty different for a rock star these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you for appreciating that. And, just backing it up a little bit. We got plenty of time here. Okay. Backing it up just a little bit.
We're hanging.
Yeah, we're hanging. I have often said that, they talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They talk about Seattle, L.A., London, being like New York City being the epicenters of rock and roll. There are more rock stars from Long Island. More records are sold by people who grew up on Long Island. When you start going down the list, it gets crazy. Of course, Mariah and Billy Joel, but then you get Boys to Men, and
Salt and Pepper. We decided.
Salt and Pepper, Joan Jett. Yeah, and I include, by the way, you can't. There's some people say, "Well, they're New York," Run DMC. Wait a minute, it's Queens.
Yeah.
Look at the geography.
Exactly.
You can't cut it off at the border. It's Queens. So Lou Reed was from Freeport, Long Island. I mean, the range, of music, it's just Woody Guthrie. Yeah. Okay, it's just crazy the amount of musicians. Anyway, so that people appreciate it. And I want a museum. I want a museum that recognizes, so kids walk in and go, "Wow." Because it used to be kind of like, I don't want to say embarrassing to be from Long Island, but it's like you say, "Oh, from New York," because it doesn't sound cool to be from Long Island. But I think if kids saw the rich artistic history, they would feel like they were coming from a hotbed of creative talent.
That's what we're trying to do, is like change that perception of Long Island and pull back the curtain and show what it really is like to be here. And so we have a whole episode, you can go back, it's called The Long Island Sound, Not Just a Body of Water. And it's about the Hall of Fame. And when we go down the list, Coltrane, I mean,
Louis Armstrong. It's amazing.
All different kinds of, like, the Ramones.
Yeah.
I mean,
Neil Diamond, was it Neil Diamond on that list?
Yes.
No, it's people would not believe it if they saw it. And the Long Island Music Hall of Fame, who I've been supporting for years, they really are really making an effort to shine that light, because Long Island pride is something. I don't think young people, I think they appreciate Long Island after the fact. You, as I'm pointing to you, as a newbie, you kind of step outside and go, wow, this is amazing. We, as people who grew up here, sometimes we don't appreciate it because it's like, Jones Beach. Yeah. I mean, I remember we did an exchange program. I was in the concert choir, and we had a choir exchange program with some kids in Pennsylvania. When they saw Jones Beach, they were mystified.
Wow.
And all of us from Baldwin, we were like, it's the beach.
Jones Beach,
right, this is like part of our lives.
Right.
They had never seen the ocean.
Coolest music venue ever. I mean, going to Jones Beach Theater and when you're even, like we were saying on one of our last episodes, the nosebleeds are actually the best seats because you look at the water. And it was so funny. There's a rainstorm in the middle, and they stop the concert because it floods on the bottom levels, and they sweep out the water, and then keep going.
I'm old enough that I remember when it was called the Guy Lombardo Theater, and they would have Broadway shows there.
Wow.
They would bring Broadway shows from New York out to Long Island and set it up for the summer. So you'd go see that, but the elements would often enter the show. Fog banks would come in, and they'd have to sort of comment on it. We'll do it tonight. It's a little foggy, and then the whole audience would laugh because I wasn't in the line of the show. Right. You could barely see the actors. But yeah, it's a unique and special place.
It's so beautiful, and I went there, and it's hard to not. You hear about these places. It should truly be on everyone's bucket list.
Definitely.
I mean, just having that experience, because it's emotional. It's so cool.
It's even smaller. It's a smaller venue, but it's beautiful.
And you're on this list. You're on this prestigious list of Long Island rock stars. And again, we were talking about you on one of our other episodes. And a couple of things that come to mind is that obviously We're Not Gonna Take It. Sharon and I have
dubbed that.
Yeah, we've designated that as the theme song of 2020.
Did you see on CBS Sunday morning? They had a bunch of elderly people who were stuck in homes. They Zoomed. We're not going to take it.
That's awesome.
Dozens and dozens. Yeah.
I think they heard our podcast, Sharon. I think they heard it.
Yeah. We'll go with
that.
It's
amazing. Here's a song that an angry young man wrote because he was pissed off at his dad and all that stuff. And it's transcended what it was originally about. It's just become this almost folk song that people sing. If your team's down, if your team's losing by 2
anthems,
points,
right?
Everybody starts singing "We're Not Going to Take It." If you're online picketing, you're singing "We're Not Going to Take It." If you're in an elder folks home and you can't see your grandkids because of COVID, you're singing "We're Not Going to Take It." And I feel honored that the song has become everybody's song.
It's such an amazing song, though, because you're right. It is an anthem. And I told Sharon on one of the other episodes, I'm originally from West Texas, and I remember vividly being on the bus in 5th grade, and we're driving through this West Texas neighborhood, and we start singing "We're Not Gonna Take It" on the bus, and all the windows were down, and we thought we were so cool. We were so cool singing it. And I remember going to one of my other favorite artists, Garth Brooks' show at the Wynn, and he talked about Friends in Low Places. And he had all these amazing hits, but he said, my dream was to always write that anthem that people would sing, like you're saying, at the bar and sing along. And you've accomplished that. You came out of the gate with that.
Yeah, it's a blessing, it truly is. And Garth's right. I mean, that was, but it's not something you plan or plot. It comes from inspiration, whether positive or negative. In my case, I was an angry kid, but at the same time, it's when you do hit that chord and you see it resonating with the world. I mean, I go anywhere in the world, and They know. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you could go into the jungles of Africa and say, we're not going to, and they're going to answer, no, we ain't going to take it.
I love
it's
it.
crazy. Yeah, it is amazing. And now at this point, many people don't even know who wrote it. It's just part of the zeitgeist of the world, and that's cool too.
Yeah.
As long as I keep getting the royalties, I'm good.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny because I told my I had teenagers. I have a bunch of teenagers in my house, and I had one visiting from out of town. And I said, oh, I got to go in on Monday because Dee Snider is going to come in. They're like, who's that? And I'm like, we're not going to take it. And they were like, oh, yeah, cool. They all knew. Like, they all knew still.
Yeah, I can connect with anybody within I'll go, if they don't know where I'm going to take it, I go, you like SpongeBob? And they
Yeah, I
go,
read that.
and they go, yeah. And I'm like, all right. Did you see the movie? Yeah. Remember at the end, Goofy Goober Rock?
Yeah.
Goofy Goober. I said, I wrote I Want to Rock, and that's my song. Really? Yes. And I was the voice of Angry Larry.
That's
Angry
the best
Jack.
movie.
I think that's so
Angry
awesome.
The SpongeBob movie is so epic in the beginning, like the promotion. I love that movie.
It's awesome.
Watched it 100 times.
Yeah.
It's so hilarious.
Well, so I can connect with just about
Any
anyone.
generation,
You
yeah.
You sing that verse, you sing those words, and they go, "Oh, you wrote that." Then all of a sudden they're mystified.
Yeah.
You wrote that?
Yeah.
Oh,
And we were saying, like, the fact that it's still popular today. You heard about those guys, the YouTubers that made what's the song In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. They made that #1 again on the Apple. So I was telling Sharon, I'm like, we need to do this for We're Not Gonna Take It. It needs to be #1 on
bringing it
iTunes
back.
again for 2020.
Mm-hmm.
We're just done.
well, honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't popped back on the charts.
Same.
I know.
I should check because, and it probably, it's different now. I mean, it's probably getting a gazillion downloads because every organization, and I mean, from the right to the left to the center to the young to the old, is making these videos, and so many are using We're Not Gonna Take It because it is the theme song for 2020.
So you know what we're going to do? Our TikToker is in the room, Catherine, and we have 2 TikTok channels. We've got over 50,000 followers, and because we have Long Island, New York on TikTok, and then we also have Discover Long Island. And honestly, that's where all the music trends right now. It's on TikTok. So we're going to do Catherine, I'm looking at you. We're going to do We're Not Going to Take It TikTok, okay? And we're going to bring it back for 2020.
All right.
But then the cool thing is that, again, you have not stopped being a rock star since then. You continue to do amazing things. And we get to think, like, you have a new Christmas song. And it's amazing.
I think it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Just the whole history of it. I read up a little bit on it.
Oh, you read the history?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's so
relate it to
interesting.
people.
Yeah, tell us how that started.
It's crazy. So over 30 years ago, my wife Suzette, who I've been with 44 years now, over 30 years ago, she says to me, "Write me a Christmas song." Now think about this. This is like 1988. I mean, I'm Twisted Sister
Your
Dee
prime,
Snider.
yeah.
Eyeliner.
I am
Full blue
I'm
eyeshadow.
rebellion, I'm everything. And I said to her, "What are you, crazy? I'm metal." And she goes, "You're a classically trained countertenor," which I am.
Yeah.
She says, "You can do it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I went off and I got an idea for a legit Christmas song. But now imagine, I don't want anybody to know Dee Snider's writing a Christmas song at that point. It's like bad for my image. Especially it was originally called God Bless Us Everyone. It's so like, la la la.
So-
Anyway, so I hire session musicians, I record it in Glen Cove, and I give it to her, "Merry Christmas." That's it, done. It was a present.
Right.
And oh, thank you. Cut to mid-90s, grunge came in, and it was a very bad thing for hair metal in the 80s. And I went through a very tough time economically and stuff like that, and toughed it out. I get a call one day from the engineer who's on my session, who's now a producer. He said, "Celine Dion wants to record your wife's Christmas song."
That's crazy.
I'm like, oh my
Did she
God,
know
this
it
is
was
like-
from you?
The first thing I said was, "Does she know it's from me?" She said,
Right.
"No." I said, "Well, don't tell her. Don't tell her Dee Snider wrote her song." I thought it might put the kibosh on it.
Right.
And she took pictures and goes, "What, him?" So they didn't. I don't even know if she knows today. But that
Still,
record,
till this day, she doesn't know?
I don't know.
Celine,
Wow.
if you're listening,
Celine,
call us.
just so you know.
It's the biggest selling holiday record in history. 14 million copies sold
Yeah.
of These Are Special Times. It's in so many households. But this year was a tough year.
Yeah.
And there's a real, not just the COVID separation, there's families are at odds over politics and things like that. And the message and the inspiration for Magic of Christmas, God Bless Us Everyone, was how the holidays seem to be the time of year where we set aside our differences. And honestly, not really feeling like that's happening right now.
Right.
I thought it might be a good time for me to record the song and just get that message back out there and maybe remind people, hey, yeah, I mean, this is a fact. During World War I, there was a ceasefire called at Christmas, and the Germans and the Allies came out of the trenches and celebrated Christmas on the battlefield together. Okay, then they went back the next day and killed each other again. but for just a couple hours, they were people. And they said, you know what? Let's set aside our differences and recognize that.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty. That is the magic of Christmas. And I'm hoping maybe, I don't know, people hear
well,
it.
I think you picked the perfect time to do it because people need anything. We were saying on our last episode, some of the Christmas things that people are putting out there, like here on Long Island, we've always had like the drive-through Christmas shows. And now there's a couple of other like Christmas pop-up things are popping up everywhere because people are desperate for some holiday cheer, right?
Because you got to stay in your car
some of them,
or
you
whatever.
get there and they're charging like $30 or $50 a person, and you get there and you're like, what the actual?
What is happening here?
So, but I think it goes to show that people are desperate for this message, and everybody started decorating so much earlier this year, and people do. We need to come together, and it's been a difficult year, so it's a great year to put this out. But I'm just going to start something here. I think you're really motivated because you're gonna try to finally bump fellow Long Islander Mariah Carey off the Christmas list. I'm starting a celebrity feud right now, Dee. So that'll
Watch out,
make
pop
coverage
news.
for the song.
Yeah, Huntington. She's a Huntington girl, actually, Mariah, and and actually that's interesting because the guy who called me and got and was working with Celine. His name is Rick Wake, an Englishman who was transplanted to Long Island. He became a big producer. He produced Mariah. He produced Celine. He produced J-Lo. He produced all these top pop artists all on Long Island in Glen Cove at Cove Studios. So this is where all these people, you talk about the music, full circle, we've all recorded there. And Rick Wake was at the helm of all those things. And
I'm going to say two Long Islanders going head to head for the top Christmas song this year. And I just read in Newsday this morning that Mariah has made like $60 million in royalties from her Christmas song.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do this, Dee. I'm Team
yes,
D.
Team D, all the way.
It's Christmas songs they build over the years and more as people get more and more exposed. Like the Magic of Christmas, Celine's version of the Magic of Christmas.
Right.
Yeah, it showed up top 10 in Canada as the top 10 Canadian Christmas songs. She has a whole album of Christmas songs, but the Magic of Christmas was the Canadian people. So, hopefully this version, when people hear it, they're reacting really positively to it. It rocks, but it's still as a Christmas vibe. And that's one of the things I said to my wife. You know how hard it is to write a Christmas song?
And make it heavy metal?
And make it rock. Well, it wasn't even that it was metal at first, but still that it has that feel. You can't just
video,
put the word in,
absolutely.
Yeah, and say it's Christmas. It's something about a good Christmas song that it just has a sound to it.
Yeah.
And I think I may have hit it. Well, I was inspired. My wife inspired me.
Oh, that's
sweet.
Awesome. And it is true. My daughter was saying the other day, because we were talking about this, my 16-year-old, and she was like, smartest thing to do, Mom, is write a Christmas song, because people will play it year after year after year.
Yeah.
People just want that spirit. And I think you're right. You did something different. But when you recorded it yourself, I should say, you brought in your co-star, right?
Yes,
Lzzy Hale.
Lzzy Hale.
Yeah.
Lzzy Hale's from a band called Halestorm. And for all the middle-aged rockers out there going, there's no good music anymore, let me tell you, you just open your eyes, open your ears. There are some bands that are very, they talk about Christmas, they've got all those influences from the 70s and 80s, and they're making great new music. And Halestorm's one of those bands. Also, there's Pretty Reckless, which Taylor Momsen, who was the little girl in The Grinch, Taylor is a rocker, and she has a band called The Pretty Reckless. And again, all those old influences put into new sounding music. So there's some great people out there. Just don't put your blinders on.
Right.
And say, no, nothing good since the 80s. No, just you may have to look a little harder, but it's there.
Well, what we were just talking about when you came on, we were talking about the 70s music and how I've introduced that to my kids, because we were talking about Old Lang Syne as one of our favorite Christmas songs, right? From Dan Fogelberg. And what I loved about 70s music is it told a story, right? It told us. Oh, did I mess it up? Why are you guys laughing? Oh. They're laughing at me. I was like, what did I say wrong? It's not
I said
uncommon.
Fogelberger.
Anyway, so it tells a story though, and you know, it kind of got away from that. Things got really poppy and then grungy, and I think we're kind of getting back into the generations now like to have a message in a song.
Yeah.
And that's what I think you have accomplished with this.
Well, I'm hoping, and with that, I gotta bid you adieu because I've got to move on. I'm doing a radio.
I thought we were hanging.
Yeah.
I thought we were hanging.
It's been 25 minutes already.
I know. This is great. And we want to thank you. I do want to say I love Lizzy's quote in your press release because she was like, after a couple of FUs, no effing way. Because our last episode that we just did was about the F word and how much we love the F word on Long Island. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Well, when she sent me her part, I just wrote F-U. I sent her an email, and she was like, what did I do wrong? I said, no, that was my highest praise. That's our Long Island compliment. It was like, oh, F you.
That's our Long Island greeting. And so on that, we'll say Merry effing Christmas, Dee.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Happy effing New Year.
Happy New Year. Here's to 2021.
This is
raising your water.
Long Island wine.
It's 9 a.m.
It's early.
It's early for you.
It's 9 o'clock. Let's go easy, kids.
Thank you, sir. Cheers.
Happy New Year. Hey, 2021, it's going to be better, people. Hang strong, and I'll see you all on the ride next year.
Yes.
We had the postpone this year, Dee Snider's ride, and I'm always forever connected to Long Island. My family lives there.
Yeah.
So,
Right. We'll put all that information in our notes and everything like that on your website.
We look forward to welcoming you home soon.
Great. Have
all right,
a great
take
one,
care,
guys.
Dee.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
I like how Dee's like fully in the middle of his very important conversation. Sharon's like, I'm some more champagne. I'm just gonna top you off here. Like, okay.
We need more.
I know. Sharon's like, priorities.
Sorry, Dee. Thank you.
Okay, so let's just recap that.
That was awesome.
If there's a way to wrap up 2020.
Oh my God. We totally thought the whole season, we're like, okay, this is amazing.
But it's mostly for us, right? But this is like, I always say, if you're listening, if you're listening.
Right.
And
turns out.
I know. I think it's pretty
we
funny.
had a special
and
guest.
You know what? And again, what a cool guy, first of all, and what a great testament to what we always say about Long Island. It's family oriented. Yeah. Everyone knows each other. That literally happened at the restaurant. Like, I know everybody thinks they know everybody.
I think it's so funny. Yeah. They probably do where you are. Yeah.
Have a story and East to talk it.
Yeah.
Like I like to say it.
And that was awesome. I'm so happy to have him on.
I have to say, if I had to use a vacation day to come in and do something fun, this was worth it.
Absolutely. We're kicking people off other meetings. We're like, we have a celebrity.
That is
Sorry.
so funny. We do, because we have a Zoom account and we had people here trying to do actual work.
Right? We're like, sorry now.
We're like, get off Zoom.
Oh
Dee Snider's calling in.
Wrap it up.
Dee, do you know who's calling in?
Right? Oh my God, that was awesome.
Meeting.
That was awesome.
Go home.
It's so funny because, like, you made fun of me last time. You're like, what did you weren't even born.
Yeah.
How do you even know? But I have like a ton of brothers and sisters.
So
of course I grew
literally
up
weren't born, though.
listening to Twisted Sister.
But you literally were not born.
Right. But in my
like just to clarify,
I think it's just so cool, like how he continued his career.
Yeah. Hey, listen, cool dude.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And we're not going to take it. I'm just going to say it's going to be on TikTok now because Catherine's going to make it famous. I wanted
to tell him, like, you have no idea that these people on TikTok are literally like Mariah Carey's whole new Christmas, or her original Christmas song was like,
I'm dancing to We're Not Gonna Take It in my head in case you wonder what I'm doing.
I got you.
Yeah, I know.
It was it became higher on the charts because of TikTok.
No, TikTok makes everything viral.
It's crazy.
And everything like trends on TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch it. I go in a TikTok rabbit hole.
I think we should totally do an office TikTok to We're Not Gonna Take It and like rock
Catherine
out.
Says today we're gonna do it.
Oh, but I don't have blue eyeshadow. Okay.
Isn't there a filter for that? You know what we should do? We should do a Dee Snider. We're not going to take it. Filter. Alyssa's going to create it because she's the graphic
She's amazing.
design. Yeah, extraordinaire. And we can all have a big wig and blue eyeshadow.
Oh my God.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it famous.
And we got to send it to him, and hopefully he can be like, "Oh, these are my girls from Long Island."
Yeah, this is gonna happen. So, speaking of, now that I'm here on my vacation day, by the way, and I've had. It was not just this, back-to-back calls starting. Everyone is like, what happened to the fact that we were going to take the last 2 weeks off before Christmas? Remember when we said that?
We used to do that. But you know what's funny is, like, I don't think you ever take time out. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. You know what they say, though? They say that when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like
it's
work.
not work. Absolutely.
And that's true. So, I mean, I complain about it. I love to complain about it. But honestly, try to pry me away from my like cell
Your
phone.
laptop. Yeah.
Try to
Your
tell me
emails.
not to read.
I love when
Newsday.
people call and they're like, "Is she available?" I'm like, I don't know. What do you got? Let me see if I can push it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much always available.
Yeah.
If well, you know, with
Well,
race-
even this Zoom, Alyssa, our producer, was like, "I got Dee," and I'm like, "Okay, that's awesome!" Like we were so excited, we were like dancing around, and then she's like, "Crap, she's on vacation that day." I'm like, "Oh, she'll come in. She's coming in.
it's not a question.
Don't worry."
To be honest,
she's like, "I don't know, maybe she'll Zoom in." I'm like, "No, she'll be here."
Also, I love being here. I really
I know
do.
it's like your second home.
I do. I love it here. I love the people here. I love our team. We're so lucky.
we are.
And you know what? He's right. Like, it's been a tough year. And as we wrap up the year, it's good to remember what is important and valuable. And I do feel like so grateful to have my job. But I also, like I said, we are going to the city tonight. I'm super excited to go see the tree. It's unclear if you need tickets.
I know. I don't think you do.
Unclear.
You know what? Turns out I don't think you do.
But you know what?
I
I'm
said
actually
no.
getting also. I'm getting all the inspiration of what to do for Christmas. I don't know how it snuck up on me. How did
it
this
snuck
happen?
up on all of us, I feel like, because it was like, boom, there it is.
I've been anticipating it for months, and here it is. And now I'm like, I want to do all this festive stuff.
Right.
And then we had the big snowstorm.
I know. It was so beautiful.
Okay, so I have to tell you, I was looking at the Discover Long Island Insta stories.
I know.
I'm like, what is this Santa's Christmas Village
It's
in
amazing.
Cutchogue? I was texting Bree.
How do I get there?
What are the details of this?
Yeah,
How
it's
much
so
does
cute.
it cost? Is it ice skating? Do I need a reservation?
It's so cute.
I'm seriously like,
That's something fun to do while Emma's here.
I'm the CEO of the company, and I'm finding out stuff on Instagram.
Seriously,
from
I've been
I'm
here
like,
for 20 years, and I'm like still
I
going
want
on.
to go to that. How do I do it? I know.
It's so funny.
So truly follow our Instagram because we even get inspiration from our
Yeah.
Instagram because it's like adorable. Have you been there to the Christmas?
I've heard of it. I've never been there, but
It's
just what
seems-
we posted, it was just I want to go there.
Yeah, so we're going to do the city tonight, and then I think we're going to do, because tomorrow is my actual first, I guess, official day off. We're going to do, like, the Hamptons, Montauk.
So cool.
Maybe take the ferry, as you do, from through Shelter Island.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's such an experience.
Onto the North Fork.
Yeah.
That's a secret tip for Long Islanders.
So then you can go right to the Christmas tree farm.
Yeah, or wherever. Or Eastwind. I'm looking at Eastwind has the cute shops there.
yeah.
And the carousel. And it's like, it's so pretty because there's still snow on the ground. And then you see all the Christmas lights. It looks like a Christmas village. And we might have a white Christmas.
I think so. I keep seeing News 12 like saying this storm is coming. This weekend, my sisters and I went. She lives in Patchogue, and she has like this big property, and in the backyard she has like this hill. So we did all this sledding for hours. My kids and my nieces and nephews were sledding for hours, and then my sister posted it on Facebook last night with Christmas music attached to it.
Oh, cute.
Oh my God, it was so adorable. I was like bawling my eyes out at 1 a.m. this morning. I'm like,
We have, I don't know what your house looks like, but my entryway now is like filled with snow boots, just
Oh, God.
discarded
Snow
everywhere.
pants, scarves,
and a
hats.
bin that is like winter clothes bin
Yeah.
with the bibs, and everybody's just like they
Grab what
put
you
it
can
all
get,
on,
yeah.
and then they go outside and they come in and they like immediately take it all off, and your
Yeah.
house is destroyed.
yeah, snow boots everywhere. I
yeah.
said, I trip over them all the time. I'm like, if I can find it, I'm going to find it.
But it's fun, right? I mean, I like the seasons, and again, it's December, and usually we don't get snow like this till
January, February,
yeah.
even February.
So it could be a long winter.
I hope that we do get a white Christmas, though.
It'd be so fun.
It would be so fun.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Favorite Christmas song, right?
Okay.
Do you know actually that was written at the Arizona Biltmore?
No.
Yes, which is Frank Lloyd Wright Resort, because he was there. Whoever it was that wrote the song, I forget his name. Somebody Google it.
Yeah, we'll find it.
But he was there. Bing
Crosby?
Crosby.
Are you serious?
Am I correct on that one?
I don't know
Okay,
if you wrote it.
they're gonna fact check me. But he
You're
was
like,
there
Bing?
in the Arizona desert at Christmas, where it was sunny, and he was dreaming of a white Christmas.
Did you ever watch the movie White Christmas?
No.
It was with Bing Crosby, where he does
Oh.
it. And like national anthem. I can go down this. We're not going there. But
Is it him? It's
it's Bing.
Cheers
For the win.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. No, so it's funny because I think that it's one of those things that is really magical.
Yeah. Oh, it's so magical.
Fireplace and cozy.
Do your
down.
kids watch A Christmas Story?
No, they're more like Elf.
So it's like literally played on repeat on TBS
Yeah.
every Christmas.
Yeah.
I introduced it to my kids this last week. They love it.
Do they love it?
Every morning, Mom, can we watch that movie again? And it makes me wonder because it's such an old movie. Not like Bing Crosby,
I should make
but
my kids watch it.
oh my God, it's funny.
They watch
It's
Elf.
funny.
Speaking of Elf, we had our holiday party
I know, that was so fun.
on Friday.
It really
and
was.
We rented out a movie theater, and because it was like movie theaters are hurting these days, right? And so one of the things they're doing is renting out the movie theater to private groups.
Right.
And so it's very
It's so
safe.
easy to do.
And it was a great holiday idea. And we watched Elf.
It was so cute.
So cute. I cried.
I know.
Sharon's like, get it together.
I hear everybody sniffling. I'm like,
I'm
what?
like, oh my God, it's so cute. Oh, Catherine cried too.
Catherine cried. Bree cried.
It was so fun, like Christmas. I love Christmas movies. And then I actually bought. I'm a super sucker for Christmas movies. Don't even start. Like Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
And you know what I started to realize, again, you don't think about this until you live in New York. All the Christmas movies are about New York.
Yeah. They always
Miracle
take place in
34th
like
Street,
Macy's.
Elf is all about New York.
Yeah, you even said like Macy's should have totally plugged that.
Yeah. Why was it Gimbals?
I
Why
don't
has it
know.
should have been Macy's?
Yeah.
So I think before we wrap up, Sharon, you know what time it is?
It's tea time. Yay.
So my tea time has changed many times since I didn't expect to be here on my day off.
Right. It's vacation.
So I was like, what is this? What is my tea time? There's a lot going on, and I'm excited about it. It's beautiful. It's snowy. It's Christmassy. But, you know, I'm really most excited about you.
Yeah.
And we talked about it today. You've been with this organization for 20 years.
I know.
20 years.
20 good years.
Really?
Wow.
It's like I remember seeing someone. I remember when I was young, I met this older person, and I was like, "Oh, you've been married for how many?" He's like, 25 years. And I'm like, "Oh, you've been married for 25 years?" He's like, "Yeah, 15 of them were good. 15 good years." You know?
I mean, you can totally go back and forth, but
Yeah.
20 good years, absolutely.
All right. Well, okay. I'd like to think that the last 5 have been the best.
We're the
I'm
best.
getting like territorial now.
No,
like,
absolutely.
No.
Seriously.
So you have been so awesome to this organization, and again, you know, my right hand person as the CEO, and the board and the staff, everyone leans on you. And today we had your annual review.
I know.
I mean, it was like really, I'm sorry, it was an abridged version because 45 calls and 10 emails before we prepared for this podcast. And I was like, hey, listen, happy annual review. You're doing amazing. This is happening. And then I'm like, we'll talk more about this later. But,
Right.
But I'm pleased to say that you were promoted today.
I know.
Rightly
I'm
so.
excited.
To Chief Operating Officer.
Oh my God.
COO of Discover Long Island.
I love it. I'm so excited. Everybody's cheersing me.
Yeah,
I think that's
clapping.
so awesome.
And you know what? Seriously, well deserved. And I was trying, like I said to you today, looking at titles and what that means. And if you look at it, it's always like the right hand of the CEO and who the CEO turns to for advice and counsel, as well as the board of directors. And you perfectly fit that role.
Oh,
so
thank you so
I am so
much.
excited. So listen, 2020 isn't all that bad, right?
It's been amazing.
Is this gone?
No.
Oh, I'm like, what's happening, Sharon?
I said this is a good reason to pop the bubbly, right?
Your job is to make sure.
Right. Here
that
we
the
go.
glass is
I don't
filled.
know. I don't know if it's empty yet. Hold on.
All right. I like how you fill your glass. Like, okay, it's fine. It's your day.
fine.
It's your day. No. It's fine. It's fine.
Listen.
It's your day, and I want to just properly cheers to you because, I mean, 20 years is a long time.
It's been a long time, but it's been amazing to see this place evolve the way it has. I mean, I tell you this and fellow board members that just to even see where it's been in the past 5 years, how you've turned it around, how we've turned it around with our dream team and just taken this organization to where it is today has just been such an amazing vision. And it's just been awesome. And I'm so glad to be a part of it and be happy where I am because it's just like, it's been awesome. And I didn't know if I did the proper reaction because I really wanted to scream and be like, oh my God, this is so awesome. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to hug you. Okay, thank you.
Did you expect it?
I did not expect it because you and I have been talking about it for a couple months and just where we're going and what we're doing and everything like that. I did not expect it one bit, but I appreciate it tremendously.
Yay.
It's just
well,
awesome.
you earned it. So cheers to
you.
you, and thanks for all of your incredible hard work. And I think the entire staff agrees that you are instrumental to us.
Thank you.
What's your tea time?
Oh, so my tea time isn't that cool.
like, top
it's not. I'm not going to be able to top it. Just the fact that we've actually ordered our merch. I'm still
This is why
pumping the
you're so
DLI merch.
You're so dedicated.
Shop.discoverlongisland.com.
The merch.
We've actually ordered it, and I'm
Okay.
excited for it. My husband's like, I want one. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know.
It's a girl. Okay. I am pumped.
I'm so
about the
excited.
tea time merch in particular.
I know.
We've
I think
got
that's
these great
awesome.
new shirts, and it says like Long Island tea, and then on the sleeve it says "Spill the tea."
I think that's so cool.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I think it's kind of feminine.
It is, but
I
you know
think
what?
so. I'm
What's our
sorry, Dan.
demographic?
Sorry, Dan.
Sorry.
Dan, but listen, if you're really
He's like, I'll wear it. I don't care.
really comfortable in your masculinity.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So I just have to say I want to thank everyone in this room.
Yes,
who also
it's
makes
been
this happen.
amazing.
I know we talk about them all the time, but they're really like behind the scenes.
Tremendous.
Alyssa, by the way, Alyssa, episode 2 of her being our producer scores Dee Snider.
She's like, by the way,
Mic drop.
total mic drop.
Alyssa.
That was awesome.
Alyssa, you know it's a whole year ahead, 2021. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Top that.
Yeah. Also, I talked to the Fit Doc.
Oh, she's coming on.
Yeah, she's coming on.
Good.
The Fit Doc. By the way, she is so cute.
I know. I love
Even
her.
in her texts, she
She's
texts
so
me
cute.
and she's like, "LOL." She's like, "I'm gonna come in the podcast. I promise not to laugh as much
Aw.
as I did on LITV." I'm like,
Yeah, but
"Don't-"
that was so
I'm like,
fun.
You haven't listened, obviously, because we laughed the entire
right.
time.
You got to listen to the
so
podcast.
she is so cute. She's all lined up for 2021.
Awesome.
She's gonna help us lose weight, hopefully. I don't think she knows
Well,
that.
listen.
I don't think she knows that's what her goal is, but it's my goal
She's
for her.
going to be fun.
I love her. She's the best. We have a bunch of stuff planned for 2021. So, Alyssa, great job on your second episode. Catherine is making us famous on the TikTok. No, what is
No,
it?
it's Discover Long Island or Long Island.
Yeah, I know, but she also took over the Long Island Tea Instagram
Right.
and Twitter. That's what it
Right.
is.
And Facebook now.
And she started a Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even have a Facebook. And then Catherine was like, you know what?
Listen, you need Facebook.
I know.
I love it.
We're like, okay.
Yeah.
She's our social media guru. Thank you so much. And she's going to do a We're Not Going to Take It.
She's going to bring it back. I'm telling you, just like Mariah Carey.
She's
She's gonna
amazing.
be
We just hit 50,000 followers
think
on our
that's so
Long Island, New
awesome.
York TikTok. If you're not following our Long Island, New York TikTok, you're missing out.
Yeah, totally.
It's amazing.
awesome.
And Chris, I think hopefully you finally got the angles
I know.
on this one.
Every episode we're like,
Chris
higher.
is a great. He is so patient.
He really is.
You know, Chris is
He just
our
laughs
newest
at me.
addition.
He literally he's like, all right,
Yeah.
you want to come take a look in the camera? And I'm like, I have to.
Yeah. Chris came to us from our favorite
I don't know how
News
you
12.
do this weekly.
Yeah, he does Long Island TV and the podcast.
Right.
He's our newest addition. He's incredible and mostly patient.
He's super
With all of our
patient.
demands about trying to make us look thinner.
Well, even like if he doesn't agree or whatever, he's like, it's good. We got
Okay,
it, you
yeah.
know?
He'll send me a thumbnail like, how do you like this one? I'm like, no.
He-
I don't know what you're doing to me right there. But like, where's Bree?
Where's that filter?
Bree has these filters.
I know. Catherine has them now too.
Yeah, and they're important. So anyway, I want to thank the entire team, and not only just the team that does the podcast, but honestly, our entire
Oh my
Discover Long
gosh,
Island
yeah.
team is incredible, and we're so lucky, and we have a great destination. I want to thank all of Long Island, actually,
Yeah.
who has embraced this podcast and listens to it, and they love it. People love it. They were like, I mean, where else could you go do a podcast about the F word?
Right.
As your destination.
And it'd be
let me tell you-
acceptable.
and let me tell you, it's nowhere. Because
sense.
I talked about it on like my CEO conference, which is my counterparts around the country last week. And I'm
Right.
like, we did a podcast about the F word because it's important to Long Island. They were like, okay, hope you liked your job. Because I hope you like it there on Long Island.
I think it's
too,
just so
'cause
funny.
I don't know where else you're going.
Yeah.
Where you're going to be able to do that. So we love it here. We thank you. We hope you all have happy, safe, healthy holidays and a happy new year.
Happy New
And
Year.
we have a lot of fun stuff in
Oh my
store
gosh,
for
I can't wait.
2021. So
It's
stay
gonna
tuned.
be awesome.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Bye. Happy
Bye.
holidays.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. It's the season to be jolly. On the streets, there's children laughing. People smile as they are passing. Christmas time is here. Our waiting is on. Wishing it could last forever. Not just 12 days in December. Through the year, let's try to remember that special one that everyone feels. It's the magic of Christmas Day. Oh, and God bless us, everyone. The good and the bad, the happy, the sad. Oh, and God bless us, everyone. Here's to family and friends. It's good to be here again. So fill your heart with love and joy, and through the eyes of girls and boys, everyone don't let through the joy and see Santa. Just open your heart, the Spirit will come to you. Bless us, everyone. The good and the bad, the happy, the sad. Knowing God bless us, everyone. Here's to family and friends. It's good to be here again. Bless us, everyone. The good and the bad, the happy, the sad. Knowing God bless us, everyone. Here's to family and friends. Till next time we meet again. Bless us, everyone. Till next time we meet. Knowing God bless us, everyone. It's good to be here. It's good to be here again.
Thanks for tuning in to Long Island Tea, brought to you by the Long Island Wine Country. Check out our full episode guide at discoverlongisland.com/tea and share your tea with us at Spill the Tea at discoverlongisland.com, including topic suggestions, local tips, and your LI stories. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Long Island